Okay, let us continue. This is more than likely going to be the last one for Volume 2, if I'm looking at this correctly, maybe? Hold on. Yeah, more than likely, it's like 80%. Okay, let us start. I don't even know what it is. Side 6? Story 6? Whatever. Earthworm attack. Shortly after we got back to the school, it suddenly appears. To be more precise, it must have been following us the whole time. Is this the monster that Hugo mentioned that they had smuggled onto that trip? A really nasty one that wasn't from the area? Oh, wait, no. Miss Oka said she took care of that. Right? She said she took care of the monster, and then apparently, no, this is the monster that was following them, was the Earth Dragon. That said that it was following them. What? I hear someone groan in disbelief. That's how terrifying its presence is. The Earthworm, an incredibly high-powered monster that should never be in a place like this. And yet, here it is, baring its teeth at us on Academy grounds. Natsume, is this another part of your scheme? Miss Oka confronts Hugo in a rage. Don't look at me. If they planned anything like this, nobody told me. Hugo looks genuinely panicked. I don't think he's lying. Hey guys, what the hell is this thing? Hugo turns on the group of criminals arrested for working with him. It was supposed to be the ace in the hole for our plan. What? So this was part of their plan, but Hugo didn't know about it apparently. How did he not know? He's the one in charge of this. He should know everything that's going on with his plan. So you guys prepared this? That's right, a summoner contracted it, but apparently it's no longer under its influence. What? Who was it? It's me, but I can't stop it now. It was too strong for me to control in the first place. It was docile enough when I first captured it and contracted it, but now it won't obey me at all. How did you contract it in the first place if it was too strong for you to handle once it got antsy? I don't get it. The criminals, all similarly hysterical, rushed to answer Hugo's questions. I could barely resist the urge to slap a palm to my forehead. What kind of idiot summons a monster they can't control? In my time with Faye, I also acquired creature training, a skill necessary for summoners, but it only lets me handle monsters weaker than myself. It is possible to form a contract with a stronger monster if they agree to it. If they agree to it. So I'm guessing that the monster changed its mind after this. But that only works if there's mutual trust between both parties. Otherwise, it's entirely possible for the monster to betray the summoner, like what's happening right now. The worm flexes its sharp nails and beats its huge log-sized tail. The students and their seniors who are participating in the exercise are trying to intercept the beast, but the difference in power is clear. It's no wonder appraising it. I can see its stats are all around 2,000. It's incredibly powerful even for a worm. Well, doesn't this look great? Faye, who'd come out to greet me, communicates her unease through telepathy. At this rate, we'll all be killed. I have to help. Wait just a minute. I won't allow that. It's too dangerous. Miss Oka tries to hold us back. What Dude! If you don't do something, even if you were to go inside the building, there's still no guarantee you're safe in there. That thing could call it a rampage and destroy the building, and then people inside are going to get hurt. Dude! Are you dumb? Are you a dum-dum? With this. But I can't just ignore all the people being injured right before my eyes. I shake Miss Oka off and run toward the worm. Well, if that's how it is, I'll come with you, brother. Let me heal you. Katya, Sue, and Yuri follow. I start preparing magic as I run the water spell I learned in class. Activate. A spear of water flies toward the worm. Just before it hits, though, the attack disappears as if it's evaporated. It has Imperial Scales. Imperial Scales, an advanced version of Dragon Scales possessed by upper-class worms. In addition to a simple increase in defense power, it interferes with the composition of magic spells. So essentially, your magic is moot at this point in this thing. This nasty skill makes landing both magic and physical attacks difficult. Students, get back! One of the teachers yells at us, but we can't stop now. I mean, even if you wanted to stop, the thing has probably got you in its sights and it would come after you if you tried to run, so... I rank among some of the strongest people here. I can't back down just because I'm a student. Sue, back me up. Right. Sue and I release more water magic simultaneously. The spells combine in midair. Like me, Sue's highest aptitude is water magic. If we combine our powers, it might be enough. This time the water shot hits the worm's body without scattering. The worm roars in discomfort. This could work. It's not a lot of damage, but at least we can penetrate its defense. Following our lead, the other students and teachers start combining their spells. Katya and Professor Ariza work together to shower the worm in fire magic. Then when it shrinks away, the people who specialize in close combat push in for the attack. The damage still isn't much, but it's not nothing. But just as I was started feeling hopeful, the earthworm stretches its neck. It's preparing a breath attack. Retreat! Someone shouts, but there's no time. Instead, I take a step forward and activate my magic warfare and mental warfare at full power. At the same time, I use skill points to pick up light attack. Filled with light, my sword intercepts the worm's breath. Hang in there, buddy, come on! Honestly, you're so reckless, I hear Faye. At the same time, the breath attack abruptly stops. My sword swings toward the worm's exposed neck and slices right through. Don't move, okay? I'll treat you in just a moment. As the word of God informs me that I'm leveled up, Yuri uses recovery magic to heal my body. My arms are in particularly bad shape. If the breath attack had lasted any longer, they might have been blown right off. Thought makes my body tremble belatedly. Sue and Katya wanted to come check on me, but before they had the chance, they were pulled away to help care for the others who'd been injured. I don't want them seeing me like this anyway. When it happened, I was just focused on the battle, but now that it's over, the terrifying realization that I could have died is sinking in. At the same time, the sword still clutched in my hand as if frozen in my grip looks terrifying to me now. The feeling I experienced when severing the earthworm's head remains vivid. This is what it means to take a life. This is a real battle. I was confident I could fight because of my high skills and high stats and skills, and in theory, that's exactly what I did. But now that the battle's over, I realize something. I don't have a clue what combat really means. Is fighting always this scary? Killing? Slowly, I release the sword. My fingers move stiffly as if they're numb with cold. Only when Yuri finishes healing me do they finally let go completely. Assuring me that everything's okay now, Yuri is dispatched to heal others. My injury is all right now, but I can't say the same for my mental state. Honestly, it's pathetic. Sure, I didn't expect to fight something so huge in my first battle, but I shouldn't be freaking out this much, especially when the fight's already over. My older brother Julius fights battles like this practically every day. If I want to catch up to him, I should be able to get over something like this without a problem. I mean, dude, you're from Japan. The worst thing you've had to do combat-wise is probably kill a spider or something. Actually, I shouldn't say that, considering the protagonist is a spider. But, yeah, you get what I'm saying. That's probably the worst you've had to do combat-wise. You were just a Japanese student that got reincarnated in this world. Of course you're not going to be... Of course you might not have a chance at being good with combat when it comes to the mental stuff of having to kill. Obviously not everybody is okay with dealing with this, but... Yeah. And now a few people are eyeing me worriedly. I have to smile and reassure them I'm okay. I'm sure that's what my brother would do. Come on, smile. I can't do it. I'm scared. Scared that I could have been killed. Scared that I killed a living thing. I mean, like I said, it was either kill or be killed in this world, essentially. How can my brother, or any of the inhabitants of this world, do such a terrible thing so easily? How could Hugo try to kill me like that? If it's this upsetting just slaying a monster that had to be defeated anyway, how could anyone stay sane after killing another person? Why would anyone even consider such a thing? Or is it that Hugo had already gone mad a long time ago? That's definitely possible. Hugo had the title Monster Slayer. And I mean, who knows what he's been up to before he even started coming to this school, so he was probably out there slaying monsters this whole time, before he started coming to the school. It's something you receive after defeating a host of monsters, which means Hugo's already killed tons. That he's done what I just did over and over. Maybe he grew accustomed to it somewhere along the way, numb to the act of killing. Will that happen to me too someday? I'm terrified. Just imagining it makes it hard to breathe. I inhale deeply and try to calm down. I still can't sort out my feelings about all this. But if the person who's supposed to lead the way to victory is in such a sorry state, it'd be hard for everyone else to celebrate. I don't think I can smile just yet, but I should at least try to put on a dignified air. Even if it feels like it's a little late for that. Just then, I noticed Faye nearby looking at the fallen earthworm. Faye was the one who saved me. At that crucial moment, she bit the worm's neck, interrupting its breath attack. If she hadn't, I might have been killed. Faye, you saved my life. Thank you. I push down the fear threatening to rise again as I offer a belated thank you. Sure, don't mention it. Faye continues staring distractedly at the dead worm. What's the matter? Take a look at my status. Puzzled, I obediently appraise my vaguely depressed-looking companion. Then I notice her new title, Kin Eater. As its name suggests, it's a terrible title conferred on those who have eaten the flesh of a blood relative. It can't be. I don't see any other explanation, do you? Faye must have bitten right through the worm's neck. If so, her grant of this title would make sense. In fact, that's the only way it could have happened. I wonder if that worm came here looking for me. it's not impossible. Faye's egg was found in the Great Overlord Labyrinth, a dungeon far from here. If that worm wasn't one of Faye's parents, I can't see any other reason why it would have come all the way here. I mean, didn't they come here because it wanted to essentially get rid of I'm assuming get rid of the summoner that summoned them there in the first place? And then you'll go on their merry way once they've killed all they want to kill? In which case, a parent who'd come looking for its kidnapped offspring might have been killed at the hands of that very child. Which means I decapitated one of her parents right in front of her! Oh, yuck. Empty my stomach. My first real battle has become a truly bitter memory that will be forever seared into my mind. I mean, we don't technically know if that was one of her parents. Obviously, more than likely, it's like a very, very distant relative. Like how all of, our little protagonist friends' spider siblings were huge amounts of siblings, so there's no guarantee that couldn't have been like a brother or sister or something. Who knows? We don't know. Interlude. Despair of the defeated. Shit, I won't let it end like this. This is my world. It exists for me, only for me, like I'd accept this ending. Yep. No, you're gonna have to accept it, dude. You're gonna get your butt kicked later. Not a chance in hell. It's not over until everything is mine. Proficiency has reached the required level. Acquired skill, desire, level 1. Damn that elf. I'll have my revenge. She'll goddamn well rue the day she messed with me. Uh-oh. Here we go. Proficiency has reached the required level. Acquired skill, wrath, level 1. I'll take everything from her someday, just like she did to me. Proficiency has reached the required level. Acquired skill, usurp, level 1. Usurp level 1? Wonder what that one does. I want to know! Let me know! Just you wait. I'll destroy all she holds dear. Then I'll beat her to a pulp while she wails and cries over their remains. Proficiency has reached the required level. Acquired skill, crude, level 1. You watch. I'm going to take this world back for myself. Dude, no you're not. Even if you manage to beat the crap out of everybody here that's reincarnated, you're not going to be able to hold a candle to our little spider friend and whoever else she ends up meeting along the way. So, yeah. Not happening, dude. Interlude. The Duke's daughter and the noisy reincarnations. Faye, are you okay? I'm fine. Sure, it was a bit of a surprise, but even if that was one of my parents, it's not like we ever met, right? Gotcha. Make sure Yuri doesn't find out about this, alright? Good point. If she found out I have taboo now, she'd probably kill me. Did someone say my name? I definitely didn't. Don't pop out of nowhere like that. It's bad for my heart. What do you mean? I just walked over here quite normally. It's alright. I just have to scare you as compensation for the year I just lost off my life. What? Why? Oh, hey, so are you giving Shun a pass on your missionary work today? Oh, I already did it earlier. You did, huh? Why, I couldn't possibly abandon my mission to convey God's greatness to others. Even if you don't understand it now, I'm sure the time will come when you all recognize God's glory. Oh, God. I can't wait. Just realize this whole blind faith thing is a bit like those ridiculous siblings. Oh, yeah, I think I know what you mean. Shun is a follower of Julius, and Sue is a follower of Shun. Quite so. He treats me like a religious fanatic, but he doesn't realize that he's a hero fanatic himself. Isn't that just awful? That's rich coming from you. I guess I kind of get what you mean, though. When it comes to Julius, that guy never shuts up. I mean, it's his brother. He's gonna be he's gonna adore his brother. I don't think he's a fanatic, but I mean, wouldn't you, if your brother was a hero who essentially saved, like, the world a bunch of times, or whatever the heck Julius has done, wouldn't you be freaking idolizing the guy? Right? I would if I had a brother or sister like that. Awesome. Yeah, I've heard enough tales of the hero's bravery to teach a class on it myself. Like the one where a poor village couldn't afford to pay for monster extermination, so he saved them free of charge. How do you feel about that as part of the church the hero is supposed to work for? Well, he isn't supposed to do things like that, but he makes up for it by donating to the church himself, so the higher-ups can't really complain. That's royalty for you. Is he loaded or what? Yeah, he's got the support of the whole kingdom behind him. If the hero were just a commoner, he'd probably be wielded like a weapon and sent out on all kinds of dangerous missions. But if anyone tries to force Julius to do too much, they risk making him an enemy of the church. Seems complicated. Yeah, and apparently Julius takes it upon himself to do dangerous work like that anyway. He's quite the hero. I've actually met him too, and he totally lives up to the hype. His existence itself is a miracle. I guess with an older brother like that, you'd either rebel or end up worshipping him. I mean, yeah, like I said. Maybe it's better this than rebelling, huh? Sure, I think so. Wanting to follow in his brother's footsteps is the manly thing to do. I'm not sure how convincing that is coming from a former man. I'm pretty sure I'm still a man on the inside, thanks. No, you're not. Yeah, right. What's with the instant rebuttals? Still, I'd love to meet Sir Julius for myself. You haven't? Aren't you the future saint? I'm still just a candidate for now. As long as the current saint, Lady Yana, still lives, it's strictly hypothetical. As a mere future saint, I have no relation to the hero. A new saint is only born when the current saint or the current hero passes away. So if the hero dies, the saint gets replaced even if she's still alive? Of course. A saint only serves one hero. So if Sir Julius died, a new saint will be chosen even if Lady Yana lived. But it's improper to speak of such things. Okay, so if Yana ends up living and Julius dies in battle or whatever, then she would be replaced as the saint. Okay, that's not cool. That's not cool. It's alright. Should may be blinded by admiration when it comes to Julius, but nobody's invincible. There was even a time when he fell into a demon's trap and was poisoned. If a full-blown war of demons breaks out, there's no guarantee even Julius would survive. That's true. We can't talk about it in front of Shun, but apparently fighting our real demon is quite difficult. Yes, and the long, silent demon lord has started moving again. Yeah, according to the rumors, it might have been right around when we were babies. It seems like a lot happened around that time, doesn't it? The religious war between the Word of God and the goddess, and the appearance of the nightmare of the labyrinth, and so on. The goddess is a false idol. Sure. The labyrinth of the nightmare of the labyrinth. That was the spider monster that dealt Julius's first and only defeat, right? I overheard him talking about it with Shun. It sounded almost like the demon lord. What if it really was? How could a spider be the lord of demons? I thought all demons were humanoid. Yeah, but maybe it had a humanification skill like what you're after, Faye. You know there's no such thing as skill as humanification, right? Oh, so there isn't? That is not. Although I suppose it's possible there are skills that could do something similar. Well, they say demons look exactly like humans, so if a monster could disguise itself as a human, it could probably mingle with demons. That's misleading. Demons really ought to at least have horns or something. Wouldn't that make it a devil, not a demon? I've never heard of any such distinction. Say, this is just a thought, but a new demon lord took over right around when we were born, right? Could you imagine if the demon lord was one of our reincarnations? Oh, that would be a plot twist. Yo, don't even joke about that. Besides, that'd mean the demon lord was a baby at the time, too. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I doubt a baby could become a demon lord so quickly unless it spent every waking moment from the time it was born moving around and leveling up. Wow, talk about a horror story. I mean, that's what our spider friend has been up to. Ever since she was born, she's had to deal with all that, so yeah. But I highly doubt she's the demon lord, because if you haven't seen the anime, I recommend go watching it. But in the anime, she ends up running into the demon lord later on. And it's not her, obviously, so it's not her. So I do wonder who it is, though. Is it actually someone from that world or from their world? Good question. 9. Lord of the Fire Sea. Wow, this sucks. A lake of magma stretches in front of me as far as I can see, and this time there's no path through it. Did I take a wrong turn somewhere? I don't think that's possible. The layout of the middle stratum is pretty much just a single, fairly expansive passage stretching ahead. It's more than half a mile wide, though, so I don't know if passage is really the right word. Anyway, that means I have to cross this magma lake to advance. Luckily, while there's no path, there are at least some small islands dotted throughout. With my jumping strength, I can leap from island to island or even go by way of the ceiling if I have to. Man, how would a human ever get past this, though? I bet they can only survive in the upper stratum. I mean, logically speaking, how could anyone conquer a labyrinth that's bigger than Hokkaido? They'd have to be a hero or have some legendary power or something. Julius and the others came through there later on, but I don't know if that sort of thing even exists here. Maybe if an administrator took a liking to a beautiful youth and gave them a special ability or something. Wow, that'd be unfair. You should give it to me instead. No dice, huh? Okay, I guess that makes sense. Whoops, got a little off track for a second there. Anyway, yeah, technically I can get past this, but there's a problem. There are tons of monsters lurking inside. On top of being enormously wide, this magma lake is pretty deep too. At its deepest, it can go as deep as 600 feet. If there's that much magma, shouldn't it cool down and harden or something? Apparently not, it forms a huge freaking lake. And in this expansive deep lake, there are tons of monsters. I'm supposed to cross this? Man, what's up with this labyrinth? I don't see how anyone's supposed to beat it. Well, it's not like I have any other choice, so I'll just have to cross it. I'm sure it'll work out somehow, right? Besides, I was able to beat that eel, so I doubt anything else could pose a threat. I doubt there are too many monsters around as strong as that. Even if there are, I'll just beat them at their own game. I've evolved since I fought the eel, literally and figuratively. I mean, dude, the only things that I can think of in middle stratum right now that you would have a hard time fighting are those two dragons. Erebor and the other thing. I can't remember what the other one was called, but there were two dragons roaming around there. And maybe one of them, I know one of them was in the lower stratum, which was Erebor, I think. Because he blew away your dang ladder as you were trying to get back up to the upper stratum. And the other thing you almost ran into. So, yeah. My stats have gotten crazy good, my skills have improved, and most importantly, I can use magic now. I couldn't touch monsters while they were in the magma before, but now that I know magic, no hole-up-at-home strategy will work against me. I'll snipe you with my magic. I have new skills besides magic, too. First of all, Evil Eye. I got my second Evil Eye skill, too. This time I chose Paralyzing Evil Eye. Petrification was tempting, too, but it takes a long time for its effects to kick in, and worse, I can't eat something that's been petrified. So instead I choose Paralysis, which renders things immobile much more quickly while keeping them perfectly edible. I also learned a skill called Magic Warfare. You can use it to consume MP in exchange for raising stats. I happen to pick it up just by focusing on cycling magic power through my body. So basically, this is the MP consumption version of Mental Warfare, which uses SP, but thanks to Height of Occultism, I don't need to worry about spending my MP. Even if I keep it active all the time, it recovers more quickly than the rate of consumption. So at the moment, I'm keeping it active all the time. As a result, now my stats are even higher. I've also been occasionally activating Mental Warfare with an eye for my amount of satiation stock, slowly raising its skill level. If I activate both at once, my stats improve drastically, so I can use that as a trump card for sure. Satiation is a pretty amazing skill, as it turns out. I mean, it even stocks automatic recovery. So my HP and MP stocks have been bolstered in no time. My MP especially is getting to the point where I can't possibly use it all. I can activate Magic Warfare, keep both Evil Eyes on non-stop, and even practice magic and still have plenty of MP to spare. Damn! How much MP do you have at this point? That's what I'd like to know. Height of Occultism is crazy powerful, so is Satiation, which stocks any excess. Although I haven't been able to save as much MP because of the magma damage, so now that I have magic as a long-range attack method and my stats are vastly improved, I'm sure I could take down an eel without breaking a sweat. Which means there's no reason to be afraid of a little magma lake. If any small fry attack me, I'll just bring them down and eat them. Time for my first jump. I leap over the magma and land on a little island. It's a little scary, but I can always retreat to the ceiling if I have to, so I think I can make it work. I'm still hopping my way across. It's going so smoothly that it's actually a little boring. I haven't been attacked by a single monster. Honestly, I was so prepared for a fight that it's almost more of a letdown than a relief. No, it's fine though. Peace is a good thing. But if it's too peaceful, I could run out of SP, so it'd be nice if a monster would attack once in a while. Purely as a food source, of course. If it's a tasty monster, so much the better, like catfish, or maybe catfish. Come on, can't one poke its little head out of the magma for me? Sploosh. Elro Gunsaka, level 17. Status, here's a good one. Status, HP, 2,331 out of 2,331. Green, details. I want to see details. MP, 1,894 out of 1,894. Blue, details. SP, 2,119 out of 2,119. Yellow, details. Red, 2,315 out of 2,315. Red plus 264, details. Overeating, possibly? Average offensive ability, 1,999 details. Average defensive ability, 1,876 details. Average magical ability, 1,551 details. Average resistance ability, 1,528 details. Average speed ability, 1,657 details. Skills, Fireworm, level 9. Imperial Scales, level 2. HP Auto Recovery, level 2. MP Auto Recovery, level 1. MP Lessen Consumption, level 1. SP Recovery Speed, level 3. SP Lessen Consumption, level 3. Flame Attack, level 5. Flame Enhancement, level 3. Destruction Enhancement, level 2. Impact Enhancement, level 4. Cooperation, level 5. Dang it. Leadership, level 7. Hang on. 8 hit, level 10. Evasion, level 10. Probability Correction, level 8. Presence Perception, level 4. Danger Perception, level 7. High Speed Swimming, level 7. Overeating, level 8. Okay, so that's probably overeating. Impact Resistance, level 6. Heat Nullification. Longevity, level 1. Instantaneous, level 8. Persistent, level 9. Herculean Strength, level 1. Sturdy, level 1. Technique User, level 4. Protection, level 4. And Running, level 5. Skill points, 11,250. That's a lot of skill points. Jesus Christ. That's still not enough to get that immortality one, but still. It's a decent amount. Monster titles. Monster Slayer, Monster Slaughterer, Commander. Something came out. It's a worm. It's way more legit than the eel. A real 100% genuine worm. Judging by its skill set and such, it may be an even further evolved form of the eel. You couldn't even call this thing a fish. It's a fireworm, plain and simple. And this is not good. Imperial Scales is a superior version of Dragon Scales with a much higher effect. I don't care about its effect of interfering with magic construction and weakening magic's power, but now it poses a bigger problem. The eel's Dragon Scales probably wouldn't have been strong enough to dissolve my height of occultism-enhanced magic, but this fireworm's Imperial Scales may just do the trick. Plus, the hit and probability correction combo that gave me so much trouble when I fought the eel is still going strong, not to mention now it even has evasion. And it's fully loaded with fire attribute attacks, my biggest weakness. But the most dangerous thing of all might be its cooperation and leadership skills. My detection skill is alerting me about monsters popping out of the magma one after the other. Cooperation and leadership have effects that absolutely live up to their name. Cooperation improves the ability to work together, and leadership makes subordinates follow commands. They're both skills you get with the title Leader, which is an extra layer of trickiness. This title has the effect of slightly raising the subordinate stats. I'm completely surrounded by a swarm of monsters, and the fireworm is their boss. I know I said I could beat Neil no problem, but no one told me something this strong was going to show up. Body Brain. Yeah, let's run for it. Our decision is immediate. I didn't think I could even beat this freak one-on-one, never mind with a whole army of flunkies. In that case, running is my only shot. The footing here is bad. No, it's the worst, but it's still my best option. I jump over to an island opposite the fireworm. Immediately after making the move, detection informs me the island I was standing on before has gone up in flames. Oh jeez, I knew it was tiny, but still it got swallowed whole. I don't think I can escape across these things. The fireballs that worm spits out are too huge and too powerful. Even with my new and improved stats, if I get hit with one of those, there'll be nothing left. I land on the next island and then immediately leap toward the following. And while I'm in the air, a bunch of seahorses pop up in the magma and pepper fireballs at me. It's like anti-aircraft fire. Countless projectiles fly in a beeline toward me with pinpoint accuracy as if the seahorses had trained together for this moment. I've seen seahorses in groups before, but never working together like this. Thanks to the leadership of the fireworm, though, they're attacking in perfect sync. I feel like I'm fighting a whole army. No sense holding anything back. On top of magic warfare, I'm also invoked mental warfare. Then I shoot an energy conferment enhancement thread toward the ceiling, using it to escape to the ceiling, before my modified silk catches fire. Tons of fireballs pass directly below me, almost grazing my feet, but already a much bigger fireball is zeroing in on me on my spot on the ceiling. It's one of the fireworms. I race along the ceiling and manage to avoid the missile. When it connects, the fireball destroys a portion of the cavern, scattering flames and debris everywhere. If that hit me in the air, even if I still had HP left, I'd plunge into the magma. The seahorses put up another fusillade, whatever. I avoid most of them and douse the rest with Poison Shot. Poison Shot has some degree of physical attack power. If it hits something flying through the air, it can cancel it out. And since Poison Shot is a simple spell and I have height of occultism, and a portion of my mind dedicated purely to magic, I can even use it rapid fire. Of course, I can't produce them fast enough to counter every single fireball. This army of seahorses chucks at me, but I can at least use it to offset the ones I can't dodge. Until a fireball that I can't dispel comes barreling toward me. A really, really humongous one, and it's from a direction I was headed. I can't avoid it on the ceiling, so I let myself fall, landing on a nearby island. Immediately, a bright red flower blooms on the ceiling. I look forward. That wasn't the worm's fireball. Instead, my way forward is blocked by eels. Oh, great. Not just one, but 3. I'm in checkmate. Eels at the front gate, a fireworm at the rear. If it were just one eel, I might be able to break through, but getting past the group of 3 will be virtually impossible. So I turn back toward the fireworm since there's not only one of those, but it's closing in on me with its army of countless seahorses. On top of that, it's accompanied by a 4th eel. Good lord, girl! You just can't catch a break right now! The only way I can survive is by avoiding the enemy's attacks and reducing their numbers. Even small fry like the seahorse can be big trouble in such large numbers. I had to bring these numbers down if I want to stand a chance. There's nothing funny about being assailed by a wall of fireballs. Right now, the only saving grace is that the fireworm's leadership is actually too perfect. Because the attacks aimed at me are a little too accurate. There are so many of them that it would be a simple matter to carpet the whole area, leaving me with nowhere to go. But instead, they all target me directly. As long as I have somewhere to run, I can avoid them. I sprint off to the side, trying to break through the siege of the fireworm and the eels. As I run, I activate magic. Poison magic, level 6, poison fog. As the name suggests, it's a spell that generates a toxic cloud. It'd be great if I had a spell that would directly attack a wide range in one shot, but this is the only weapon in my arsenal capable of affecting multiple enemies at once. It's not as strong as my deadly spider poison, so it won't drain their HP in an instant, but if they keep breathing it in, the poison will gradually eat away at them. If I can just keep escaping, this fog should reduce their numbers significantly. But of course, things won't be so easy. Some of the seahorses come on land to block my path. Ugh, out of my way! I swing my scythe toward the standing seahorses. Each of the scythes bisects a seahorse to my left and the right. That's how strong my scythe attack has become with my improved stats. Swinging my forelegs back, I cut down 2 more seahorses. At the same time, I jump straight into the air. A fireball smashes into the ground where I was standing less than a second ago. The blast accelerated my body all the more, and I reached the ceiling without using any thread. But the aftershock alone was enough to decrease my HP significantly. Catching sight of an eel getting ready to unleash a fireball, I synthesized some deadly spider poison half out of desperation. Paying no attention to how much MP it consumes, I maximized the amount. Instantly, a huge ball of poison far bigger than I am appears and drops. The giant glob of poison collides with the eel's fireball and bursts in midair. The majority is evaporated, but what's left falls down like rain. There may not be much, but it's still my deadly spider poison. Even that tiny amount manages to bring down several of the weakling seahorses. Perfect. I scurry along the ceiling before the next fireball arrives. As I move, I synthesize more deadly spider poison, spraying it everywhere. The fireworm and the eels hesitate. Maybe they're afraid to disperse the lethal concoction with their fireballs. They frantically scramble to avoid the falling poison. The poison fog is taking effect too. One by one, more of the seahorses fall. Hey, this is going pretty well. If I just keep scattering poison as I run, maybe I can get away. Experience has reached the required level. Individual Zoa L has increased from level 6 to level 7. You're already at level 7? Didn't you just evolve in this same book? The last fight you were in against the eel, you evolved. Are you serious? Oh my god! All basic attributes have increased. Skill proficiency level up bonus acquired. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill threadsmanship level 3 has become threadsmanship level 4. Skill points acquired. What? Shoot, I'm molting! If this happens while I'm on the ceiling, it'll slow me way down. Sure enough, as soon as the peeling husk stops me in my tracks, an eel lands a direct hit on me with a fireball. Ow! Hot! I'm gonna die! I'm falling. Luckily, there's an island directly beneath me. Safe. I managed to avoid landing in the magma. Lucky me. Good thing that shot came from an eel and not the fireworm. Otherwise, I'd have gone up in smoke on the spot. Still, one hit from the eel's fireball has me living on perseverance. It's already draining my usually excessive stock of MP in half. I never imagined that molting, after helping me out so many times, would screw me over like that. But I survived. A giant figure approaches, interrupting my relief. One of the eels is charging at me, its body covered in flames. I'd escape, but there's no time. I use raw attack on one of my scythes. Immediately, intense pain runs through the leg, but I ignore it. Just barely dodging to the side of the charging eel, I raise my rot-infused scythe and chop away. Despite the eel's dragon scales, the scythe slices through with no resistance, but raw attack really is terrifying. Experience has reached the required level. Individual Zoa L has increased from level 7 to level 8. All basic attributes have increased. Skill proficiency level up bonus acquired. Skill points acquired. Experience has reached the required level. Individual Zoa L has increased from level 8 to level 9! Only one more level! All you gotta do is beat the worm and whatever cohorts or still has, and you'll get to evolve again! Jesus! All basic attributes have increased. Skill proficiency level up bonus acquired. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill Mental Warfare level 3 has become Mental Warfare level 4. Skill points acquired. I can't believe I killed an eel in one blow! Pieces of its body sink into the magma. Part of it stays intact, of course, but the area where it was cut collapsed as if they turned to sand. Meanwhile, thanks to my molting, my self-destructed sight is fully recovered. Now there are 3 eels and the fireworm left. Thanks to the poison fog, most of the seahorses have been downed. Woo! Experience has reached the required level. Individual Zoa L has increased from level 9 to level 10. She's already ready to evolve again! This is insane! All basic attributes have increased. Skill proficiency level up bonus acquired. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill Poison Magic level 6 has become Poison Magic level 7. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill Poison Enhancement level 6 has become Poison Enhancement level 7. Skill points acquired. Condition satisfied. Acquired title Worm Slayer. Acquired skills Life level 1. Didn't she already have life? That's what became longevity. Can you have both? Oh my god. Worm Power level 1 as a result of title Worm Slayer. Skill Life level 1 has been integrated into longevity level 1. Oh. When the last seahorse went down, I leveled up and gained some kind of title. Maybe I could do this? I activated Cursed Evil Eye and Paralyzing Evil Eye in 4 eyes each, matching the number of remaining opponents perfectly. Apparently this makes the fire dragon and the eels uncomfortable as they start frantically shooting fireballs at me. I run. 2 of the eels pursue. It's like a pincer attack with 1 on either side. That's not going to work on me now. I dodge with a vertical leap, but it seems the fire dragon anticipated that. A fireball homes in on me while I'm midair. Guess my patterns were getting predictable. That sucks, but nobody says I can't move while airborne. I create some shock enhancement threat and smack myself with it before it burns up. A shock runs through my body. The resultant impact sends me soaring. Ha! With this little trick I can practically fly, as long as I don't mind taking a chunk out of my own HP anyway. Its target gone, the fireball lobs uselessly through the empty space. I watch it with satisfaction even as I tailspin, then use some thread to land perfectly on the ceiling this time. By now, the eels have fallen victim to my paralyzing evil eye, floating totally still in the water. Water? What water? Don't you mean magma? Oh my god! 1 little error in 2 books that I've read so far. All that's left now is the fire dragon. Possibly in a last-ditch effort, the fire dragon's body erupts in flames as it charges. I counter with more magic. My newly acquired Poison Magic level 7 spell, Paralysis Shot. Game, set, match. Once the effects of Paralyzing Evil Eye have set in, the victim will remain paralyzed as long as you keep looking at them. Paralysis Shot, on the other hand, swears off it gradually, but that's not a problem as long as I keep my Paralyzing Evil Eye on them. Now that I've paralyzed the fire dragon, I've won. I can boil it, mash it, stick it in a stew, whatever. No matter how high its stats may be, they're no match for my ability to inflict status conditions. Now that I've captured it so beautifully, it'd be a waste to just let it sink into the magma. There's nothing I can do about the seahorses and the eel that already sank, but I can't let any more valuable food go to waste. Using some spider thread and a great deal of elbow grease, I managed to yank my prey onto land. What a pain, the thread kept catching fire, so I had to keep making more and repeating the process. Now then, I guess I should finish off those losers. First, the eels. Since they're already paralyzed, I go ahead and toss some deadly spider poison right down the first one's gullet. Despite its paralysis, the eel gives a final shudder before its strength runs out. Oh! Level 11? Oh wait, it couldn't evolve yet! Never mind! Experience has reached the required level. Individual Zoa L has increased from level 10 to level 11. All basic attributes have increased. Skill proficiency level up bonus acquired. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill spatial maneuvering level 8 has become spatial maneuvering level 9. Skill points acquired. Watching this, the other eel's face contorts in fear. Don't you worry. The suffering will only last a moment. I pop more poison into the second eel's mouth. Experience has reached the required level. Individual Zoa L has increased from level 11 to level 12. All basic attributes have increased. Skill proficiency level up bonus acquired. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill evasion level 8 has become evasion level 9. What's it gonna do when it hits level 10? Condition satisfied. Acquired title Fearbringer. Acquired skills, Intimidation level 1, Heretic attack level 1 as a result of title Fearbringer. I got a title. Man, it's another creepy sounding one. Geez, going by titles alone, everyone's gonna think I'm some kind of crazy person. Oh wait, I'm a spider, not a person. Well, I'll check it out later. Same with this Worm Slayer title or whatever. For now, I have to finish my business with these guys. So here, 30o, I have a special present for you. I worked really hard to make this, so you'd better appreciate it. Come on, say ah. How was it? Oh, so delicious that you died? That's sweet. Information brain, you're scary. Nice one, keep it up. Oh, you guys are back. Yep, I don't think we need to be at max synchronization level anymore. Max synchronization level is a name I randomly coined for a parallel minds technique. Like the name implies, it lets me sync all of my separate minds so we can act as one without the slightest lag. Basically, it's like having a single mind that can do different things at once. I guess the only real downside is I can't have conversations among myself when we're synced up. We won more easily than I expected. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to go this well either. Maybe I've gotten even stronger than I thought. Thanks to the new attack methods that magic enables, the range of strategies I can employ is much wider now. Above all, now I know just how powerful status conditions like poison and paralysis can be. Damn, dude. I guess there's no way to avoid paralysis no matter how strong you are. Like this fireworm here. Good thing that fireworm was so stupid. Yeah, if I were him, I'd have run away before when things went south. Totally. Why wouldn't you retreat when your losses start getting that heavy? I suppose it was a musclehead who didn't know when to withdraw, just like the seahorses. Maybe it's because it never got into such a pinch before? Oh, maybe. Yeah, I probably didn't think it would lose. Exactly, I feel kind of bad now, so let's just finish it off. And so I give the fireworm what may have been its first and certainly last taste of defeat. Experience has reached the required level. Individual Zoa L has increased from level 12 to level 13. All basic attributes have increased. Skill proficiency level up bonus acquired. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill destruction enhancement level 2 has become destruction enhancement level 3. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill destruction resistance level 3 has become destruction resistance level 4. Skill points acquired. Experience has reached the required level. Individual Zoa L has increased from level 13 to level 14. All basic attributes have increased. Skill proficiency level up bonus acquired. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill rot resistance level 3 has become rot resistance level 4. Skill points acquired. How many level ups are you going to get? Are you going to go level 20? Jesus. Experience has reached the required level. Individual Zoa L has increased from level 14 to level 15. All basic attributes have increased. Skill proficiency level up bonus acquired. Proficiency has reached the required level. Skill impact resistance level 2 has become impact resistance level 3. Skill points acquired. Proficiency has reached the required level. Acquired skill Demon Lord level 1! Demon Lord? What? Okay, body brain. Yeah, I've got some boring work ahead of me. Yep, I'm counting on you to descale these things. It's nice to be able to force work on this off on someone else now. Meanwhile, I'll take a look at the effects of the skills and titles I acquired, starting with this Demon Lord skill. Man, what's that supposed to mean? Demon Lord. Increase each stat by the number of the skill level times 100! Also raises all resistances. Oh, that's a pretty sweet skill. Thanks, Demon Lord. Oh, God. This is interesting. Next, let's check out these titles. Worm Slayer, acquired skills, life level 1, worm power level 1. Acquisition and condition, defeat a certain number of worm-type monsters. Makes sense. Effects, slightly increase in damage to worm and dragon-type opponents. Description, a title awarded to those who bring down a large amount of worms. Fearbringer, acquired skills, intimidation level 1, heretic magic level 1, acquisition condition. Induce a certain amount of proficiency in fear resistance in others. Effect, inflict the heresy attribute effect fear on anyone who sees the holder. Description, a title awarded to those who personify fear. Whoa, Worm Slayer's nice and all, but the effect of Fearbringer is crazy. Just looking at me is fear-inducing now. That's not good. I mean, it's great for enemies and all, but making everyone else scared of me isn't helpful in the least. There's no way to turn titles on and off, is there? Whew, boy, does this mean cowardly monsters like catfish are gonna run away as soon as they lay eyes on me? Aw, man. Well, I guess there's something I can do since I've already got it. Okay, shake it off. Time to look at the other skills. I'm pretty sure I've seen them on the list before, but I don't remember the effects at all. Ugh, I have the worst memory ever. Dude, you can't be any worse than mine. Should I grab the memory skill or something? Oh, whatever. Worm power. Temporarily gain the power of a worm. I don't get it. It seems to be the kind of skill that you have to activate, so I'll give it a try. Oh, it looks like my stats went up a little, and I lost a little MP and SP. Guess this skill consumes a bit of MP and SP to raise my stats. Unlike magic warfare and mental warfare, it also raises my magic skills, or magic stats. Since it's level 1, it doesn't do much, but it might become pretty powerful if I level it up by keeping it on all the time. The combination of magic warfare and mental warfare already has a pretty potent effect, but if you add worm power on top of that, nice! Yes way! Intimidate. In fact, inflicts the heresy attribute effect fear on surrounding area. You too, huh? Unlike the title, I can at least turn this off and on, but wouldn't the combination of the two make pretty much any monster that sees me turn tail and run instantly? Oh well, I can't turn the title off anyway, so I may as well keep this on all the time. It doesn't seem to cost anything in any case. Heretic attack. As the heresy attribute rend the soul to attacks. Oh great. Heresy attribute, Rend Soul, an attribute that directly disrupts the soul. This isn't just a mental attack anymore. This is way creepy. I'll have to try it out soon. Yep, so Worm Slayer just ended up being a minor stat boost, and Freerbringer, I'm not sure whether it's a good thing or a bad thing on the whole. It could be really good, but it could also be really bad. Well, that's it for titles. I have a bunch of skill points now. And since I leveled up so much, I have quite a few. Now I can get that skill I wanted. Hee hee, I didn't think I'd be getting it so soon. Spatial Magic. 500. Magic that manipulates space. There it is. Spatial magic is a staple of cheating. I'm sure I won't be able to use the kind of spells I want right away since it'll start at level 1. But thanks to Ruler of Wisdom, my magic skills level up pretty quickly. If I work hard at it, I should get it to a useful level in no time. I've got high expectations for you, Spatial Magic. I expect Teleport to be on my desk by Monday. I mean, it's gotta exist, right? I mean, I would have to agree on this one. Or at least, Spatial Magic, you should get some kind of gate spell too, right? Because that would count with this, right? Right? Oh my god, I want them to make a game based on this kind of world. That's what I want. I would love a video game like this. Please, whoever is making a game like this, I want to play it. Heck, sponsor me and I'll play it. I'll do streams of it. What's spatial magic if not stuff like teleport, item box, and hosting a villa in another dimension? There might be an item box type skill that lets you store items in another dimension, but I'm not in the habit of carrying stuff around in the first place, so it wouldn't be much use to me. A villa would be nice. But given that's probably really high level if it exists at all, I don't think I'll get it anytime soon. But then there's Teleport, a wonderful spell that moves you to a different area in an instant. If I can get teleportation, I won't need to traipse all over the middle stratum anymore. Thanks to Professor Wisdom, I have a map of the upper stratum. If I can get it to work with the map, then I bet I could use Teleport to get there in a blink. Alright, Divine Voice Temporary. Spatial magic, please! Number of skills currently in possession, 500. Number of skills required to skill points required to acquire skill, Spatial Magic level 1, 500. Acquired skill? Hell yeah! Spatial Magic level 1 acquired, remaining skill point 0. Okay, let's try out the level 1 spell right away. Magic Brain? Aye aye, sir! Magic Brain activates the level 1 Spatial Magic spell. Post Haste. The level 1 spell is called Coordinate Designation. Some kind of cube made up of green lines appears. Magic Brain can make it bigger and smaller, change its shape, and move it to the left or right. Apparently, it's non-physical because it sinks into the ground as well as magma. It reminds me of selecting a range of objects on a PC. In fact, I think that's exactly what it is. Looks like all this spell does is designate a space. What good is it then? Maybe it's a preliminary setup thing for the higher level spells? Right, that makes sense. So I guess this is another skill that won't be any use until it's a higher level like Shadow Magic. Yep. Well, I wasn't expecting it to be useful in combat or anything right off the bat, so what really matters is that I got it for now. We'll just have to level it up quickly. You know what to do, right, Magic Brain? Focus on this more than other magic, right? Yeah, by the way, how many different kinds of magic can you activate at once right around? Depends on the kind of magic. But Coordinate Designation doesn't seem too hard, so I think I could do 2 other spells at the same time as long as they're simple ones. Gotcha. Try and stock up on proficiency while we're on the move as much as you can then, okay? Yes, sir. Body Brain is still busy with descaling. Makes sense since there are 3 eels and the fireworm's about twice the size of one. Looks like it'll be a while before we can do a fireworm taste test. Man, though, I can't believe I beat a whole gang of monsters led by a super strong worm. In terms of stats, the fireworm was way stronger than me. My chances didn't look very good at first, but I managed to win by paralyzing them and dousing them in poison, just to show all over again that stats aren't the only thing that counts. For example, a spider that specializes in abnormal status conditions can be an extremely difficult monster to deal with if I do say so myself. If my stats keep going up and I keep getting better at magic, maybe I'll become a high-powered, all-rounder mega monster. And I got the Demon Lord skill too. Maybe I should really start calling myself a Demon Lord sometime. I have the Fearbringer title already, so I bet it would suit me. It is I, the Spider Demon Lord. Just kidding. At the time, I had no idea. When I joked about becoming a Demon Lord, I didn't realize the significance of those words. Is she the Demon Lord that's been on the move since the others were babies? Holy shit, if that's the case! Okay, hang on. Damn it. Oh. Here we go. Okay, Elro Gumsoka, level 1. Stats, HP, 1,985 out of 1,985. SP, MP, 1,522 out of 1,522. SP, 1,781 out of 1,781. And the red is 1,964 out of 1,964. Average defensive ability. Let's see. 1,616. Average defensive ability. 1,501. Average magic ability. 1,199. Average resistance ability. 1,196. Average speed ability. 1,310. Skill. Fireworm level 8. Imperial Scales level 1. SP recovery speed level 1. SP lessen consumption level 1. Flame attack level 2. Flame enhancement level 1. Cooperation level 1. Leadership level 1. Hit level 10. Evasion level 10. Probability correction level 4. Presence perception level 1. Danger perception level 3. High speed swimming level 4. Impact resistance level 2. Heat nullification. Life level 8. Instantaneous level 4. Persistent level 5. Strength level 8. Solidity level 8. Technique user level 1. Protection level 1. Running level 2. Overeating level 5. Also known as a fireworm, a high-ranking war monster that calls to mind an Eastern dragon. Evolved from the eel. On top of its extremely high stats, the magma it lives in, and the Imperial Scale skill provided with excellent defense against physical and magic attacks. In addition, its ability to gather and command subordinates to surround its opponent makes an exceptionally difficult monster. Taking this into account, its danger level is A. Good lord, she's taking out A-rank monsters now. Hang on. There we go. Interlude. The Demon Lord's aid, size, and a meeting. I walk down a long corridor following a petite figure nearly 2 heads shorter than I am. As a result, this individual's gait is quite a bit slower than mine, which means I have to be careful to proceed less briskly than usual. It's not ideal, but I can't simply overtake the one I'm following, because the girl striding ahead of me at the moment is the current Demon Lord. So is that our spider friend, or is this the Demon Lord that she meets later? I don't know. When we finally finish traversing the lengthy corridor, we arrive before a single door. There, the Demon Lord stops. To be perfectly honest, I do not want to open this door. However, I have no choice but to do so. Taking care to swallow the sigh that threatens to rise unbidden from deep inside me, I open it. Then I step aside to allow the Demon Lord to enter. Bowing my head reverently. The Demon Lord doesn't so much as spare me a glance as she enters, as if she expected no less. Once the Demon Lord has crossed the threshold, I fall in line behind her, after gently closing the door so it doesn't make a sound, of course. The room we've entered is a sort of council room. There's a circular table at its center with a seat of honor reserved for the Demon Lord. 10 other men and women are already arrayed at the table. Half of them stand as the Demon Lord makes her appearance. The other half remain seated. The problem is that one of those who remains seated is my younger brother. Once again, I have to suppress a sigh from escaping my throat. I pull out the Demon Lord's chair so she can sit. Again, without even looking at me, the Demon Lord flops casually into the chair with an utter lack of elegance. I notice a few grimaces in response. I'm sure the Demon Lord noticed too. She takes great pleasure in evoking that kind of reaction after all. Personally, I think it's a rather poor taste myself, but if I were to let it show on my face as well, there's no telling what she might say to me later. The most effective way to deal with this Demon Lord is to keep a poker face at all times. Now let's get this meeting started. Balto? Indeed. I gave a brief reply to the Demon Lord's command. To be frank, once she's given the signal for the meeting to start, the Demon Lord's role here is over. All the actual work of conducting the meeting falls to me. Or rather, it's forced on me. Well then, as our first order of business, let's hear your reports. We'll start with the First Army, shall we? As usual, we start the meeting with activity reports from the troops deployed in various locations. At my prompting, 1st Army Commander Agner, who served as a general for several generations, the Demon Lord rises. Though Commander Agner will likely appear youthful by human standards, he is considered a senior even for a long-lived demon. His power and competence are such that one wonders why he has never been a Demon Lord himself. The First Army has completed its preparations in advance toward the stronghold of the Renzant Empire, Fort Kusorian. Supply trains have also been successfully deployed. We are ready to march on command. That is all. As usual, Commander Agner gives a straightforward report without any extraneous information. His fortitude and vigor make him the perfect picture of a model military man. A second army is prepared as well. However, if granted a small amount of additional time, our shadowy dealings may bear fruit. The next person to stand and report is an alluringly beautiful woman. 2nd Army Commander Sanatoria. As a succubus, she's exceptionally charming and crafty, even for a demon. The shadowy dealings she refers to are probably something along these lines. How much longer will it take? As little as 2 or 3 days, perhaps. You are free to proceed as long as it does not interfere with the advance. Thank you very much. With a bewitching smile that could make your heart skip a beat, Sanatoria returns to her seat. However, the 3rd Army Commander makes no move to rise. Commander Kogo. So there really is going to be a war? A giant Koga attempts to shrink down in his seat. There's no way we can avoid that? It's inevitable. If there were any way to avoid it, we would do so. What? No matter what? Before I could answer Koga's insistent queries, a different voice echoes through the room. No matter what. But if you really want to avoid a war, Commander Koga, there's one thing you could do. It's the Demon Lord. She has a nasty smirk on her face as if she's thought of a cruel prank. What is that? It's easy. You and every last member of the 3rd Army can become the cornerstone for the world. Huh? Koga freezes at the Demon Lord's words. What's the matter? I thought you wanted to avoid a war. Well, that'd do it. I'm sorry. I won't bring it up again, so please forgive me. Before the Demon Lord opens her mouth to bully Koga further, I quickly cut in. Koga, please let this be a lesson to avoid speaking out unnecessarily in the future. Do you have anything to report? Everything is going well. Good. Next, please. The Demon Lord looks a bit disgruntled, but this is for the best. The 4th, 5th, and 6th commanders give their reports without a problem. Then it's the 7th Army Commander's turn. However, the commander, my younger brother, Blow, makes no move to stand. Blow? Blowy? Whatever. I just don't get it, brother. Blowy crosses his arms and slouches back in his seat disagreeably. Why is this random chick the Demon Lord when you're the one who's been coordinating and managing us demons all this time? It doesn't make sense. Technically, yes, he's got a point. But I'm sure the Demon Lord dwarfs him with power, so yeah. Blow. And I don't get you either. Why do you serve her, brother? She doesn't look strong enough to keep you under her thumb like this. Fool, don't speak of the Demon Lord that way. The 5th Army Commander Darryd erupts at Blow's temerity. Blow and Darryd clash often. Their personalities seem to be at odds with one another. Usually one of their neighbors would step in, but this time no one is stopping them. Some side with Blow, some with Darryd, and some prefer to watch and wait. The commanders all have varying opinions. However, it seems that this time everyone has decided to stay out of it. Have you forgotten, Blow? The providence of the world compels us demons to follow the Demon Lord no matter who they might be. Who cares about that crap? She's no leader of mine. I've never even seen her lift a finger, have you? Do you think the likes of us are permitted to doubt the Demon Lord's intentions? The inner thoughts of a Demon Lord are too complex for us to even imagine. Maybe for you, but some of us have minds of our own, pal. What kind of chump follows every order without a second thought just 'cause it comes from the Demon Lord? I don't want to hear anything from a dumbass like you. You of all people dare to call me such a thing? Sandwiched between the arguing pair, 6th Army Commander Huey looks very aggravated. The other officers simply look on. Among them, the only one whose thoughts I absolutely cannot guess is the 4th Army Commander. Commander Merizopis' pallid face doesn't show the slightest twitch of emotion. Of all the villainous leaders in the demon army, this man is particularly difficult to understand. I always pay careful attention to him, but thus far I haven't noticed anything suspicious. Fine, let's do this then. Finally, Blow puts a hand on his weapon. Darren reaches for his own in turn, but his hand stops short. What? My body? Why can't I move? Both of their bodies are frozen in place, not responding to their commands. Sorry guys, but do you mind not fighting over such stupid shit? Their acrimonious words emanate from the Demon Lord, the very cause of the quarrel. All the commanders, not just the two who were frozen in place, are overcome with astonishment. None of them know how the Demon Lord is stealing the pair's movements. Understandably so. The Demon Lord has always avoided demonstrating her powers in front of them. Her method of restraint is silk too thin to be seen with the naked eye. This is her! How else? Unless she's not doing it. If she's not doing it, then it's our spider friend. But if it is her, she is the Demon Lord. What the fuck is going on? The threads are attached to the backs of their heads. Marionette threads. Anyone captured by these strings becomes the Demon Lord's puppet. And this isn't limited to living things. To my knowledge, the Demon Lord can use these threads to simultaneously control 10 puppets developed specifically for battle to wipe out hordes of enemies. However, even I knew no more than this. The Demon Lord has yet to show her hand, even to me. Blow is sorely mistaken in thinking the Demon Lord incompetent. The fact that she holds this station is no mere fluke. She is the Demon Lord because she is worthy of the station. If you piss me off too much, I might have to use abyss magic, Dude! Okay, so all this is going on in the present, essentially, when everybody essentially is everybody else is teenagers. So, dude, all the stuff that we see going on with our spider friend at the moment, that she just finished, defeating the fire worm and all, this is when they are babies still. She has years to take this and do all this. Oh my god! A savage smile. After seeing that expression, there are none in the room who dare oppose her. A Demon Lord gives the marionette strings a tug. That alone is enough to force the pair into their seats. Then the thread separates from their bodies, and the commanders finally regain their freedom. I apologize. Darren apologize. Is it Darren or Dallin? Hold on. Hold on. It says Darren, but then it says Dallin. What the hell? Darren apologizes, the color drained from his face, while Blow seems incapable of speaking at all. Now, a report from the 8th Army, please. Though it may be cruel, I have to leave my deflated younger brother as he is. No problems here. 8th Army Commander Wrath responds curtly. I kind of ended up spoiling myself slightly, because I was curious as to what Miss Oka's skill was, that she was able to, get rid of Hugo's stats and everything before. So I was trying to find that out, and then it mentioned somebody named Wrath in her bio on the wiki, and I was like, who is Wrath? So I looked it up, and well, yeah, I know who it is. This man shows no interest at all in whether the Demon Lord is worthy. He has all kinds of other problems to make up for that, but as they are not particularly relevant, I'll refrain from going into them now. The issue at hand is the remaining two. The 9th Army is prepared to advance. If I were to describe this man in a word, it would be dark. He is always clad in black armor and a black helmet as if they were attached to his body. What little skin can be seen underneath the helmet is dark. His hair is dark as well. All that stands out are his eerily red eyes. I don't even know his name. We simply call him Wrath. Or call him Black. The 10th Army has no issues to report. The girl seated at the dark man's side is his polar opposite. Her robe is pure white. Even her bleached skin is oddly white. Her long braided hair is white, and because her eyes are closed, no color is visible. I do not know this woman's name either. We simply call her White. Hold on. Is White and the Demon Lord both the same person here? Because it's making me think that this is our spider friend. But I don't know. Maybe we'll find out at some point. These two individuals were added to the staff of the demon army by the Demon Lord. I know nothing about their identities. However, I can make a guess. I believe these two are rulers. Rulers are said to manipulate this world behind the scenes, and these are two of their number. Even I have no idea how the Demon Lord managed to turn this pair into her subordinates, but I cannot help but be wary of their overwhelming unearthliness. I see. Sounds like things are going well. The Demon Lord nods, looking pleased. So, shall we start a war? With these words, the curtains open quietly on a great war, perhaps the worst in history between demons and mankind. All too aware of this reality, I cannot help but finally expel a quiet sigh. How much more do I have left? Only 16 pages left. Okay, I'll just keep going. This is probably going to be a longish one, guys. And so the war began. The demon army is on the move. I received this information just this morning. The report came from a spy who infiltrated demon territory. So the time's finally come. Seems that way, though personally I hope it never would. Come on, Julius, I know you don't like fighting and all, but humans and demons are bitter enemies. You must have known this would have happened sooner or later. It's true, the demons have been active since the previous hero died. So if anything, it's been a long time coming. Just as my comrades say, there's been a great deal of demon activity since the death of the hero before me. Maybe we were just lucky it hadn't developed past little skirmishes into a full-blown war until now. So how long until the demon army arrives? Hyrens went to find out. He should be back any... Ah, there he is! At Yana's remark, I turned to see Hyrens, the second son of Duke Quarto, and my close childhood friend walking toward us. Hyrens, what's the news? Well, judging by the speed of their advance, it seems they're likely to arrive at this fortress tomorrow. I see, so it's really happening. War. Ever since I became the hero, I spent day after day on the heat of battle. This will be my first time experiencing combat of this magnitude, though. And I'm not alone in that. Large-scale warfare was unknown in the era of the previous hero as well. The only ones with experience facing such strife knew the hero from several generations back, and most of them have long since passed on. Aside from those belonging to long-lived races, the handful remaining from that generation are far too old to fight. In other words, none of the humans who will participate in this conflict have ever experienced such a large-scale war. Demons, on the other hand, live much longer than humans. It's possible that some of them lived in the days of that hero, or maybe even older. How will that difference in first-hand knowledge play out? On top of that, demons also have the advantage in terms of basic combat ability. Both of their physical and magical talents far exceed those of humans, and their intelligence is equal to ours. Humans can fight monsters with superior stats because of the power of their skills and their intellect. However, we have no such advantage against demons. Because, like humans, demons are able to make use of skills and intellect. To be honest, I'm scared. But as a hero, I can't let that fear show. The hero is humanity's best hope. If I'm afraid, everyone else will be too. To hide my fear, I tug lightly at my scarf, a memento for my mother. I lost her around the very same time the demons became active and I became the hero. My father was grief-stricken at the loss of my mother, but as the king, he had no choice but to commit himself to his work while shouldering that grief. Because of that, he became estranged from Shun and Sue. I truly believe their familial bonds will surely heal with time, but right now, both my siblings are attending the academy. My father will just have to bear it until they graduate. Once those two graduate from the academy, I have no doubt they'll be a force to be reckoned with. I wonder if I'll survive this war and get to see them again. No, of course I will. I just can't die here. If we survive this war, betcha the rewards will be huge. As they're trying to prevent the mood from getting too dark, Hawkins speaks up in the most cheerful voice he can muster. I would hope so. Our compensation for that battle with the Nightmare of the Labyrinth wasn't nearly enough for the trouble we went through, Jessica chimes in. Yeah, probably because Julius went and crushed the damn thing in dust. If the corpse had been even slightly salvageable, we could have probably sold it as materials. Hyrens glowers at me exaggeratedly. Come on, what choice did I have? Really, I'm sure Julius did his best. Besides, I wouldn't have wanted to carry a dead spider back home anyway. I can't help but smile at Yana's offhand remark. You're probably right. That the remains of a monster like that could have earned a good price. Though bet the silk and such could make some clothes with pretty high defense properties, don't you think? Julius shakes his head in response to my banter. Not likely. Terratech thread is apparently generated by a skill. Even if you dissect a corpse, you wouldn't find any. Really? I didn't know that. I instinctively reached for the scarf I always wear. Oh yeah, Terratech thread. You know, I heard there was one time some adventurers brought back some Terratech thread that wasn't sticky. About 10 years back. I heard that as well when I was still just a young adventurer. They say a party burned down a Terratech nest and found some intact threads inside. Apparently it had ridiculously high magical conductivity and durability, so it fetched quite a bounty. And this part is only a rumor, but I've also heard they collected a dragon egg there. Dragon eggs are so rare, word is selling just one will be enough to allow you to live in luxury the rest of your days. As a fellow adventurer, I was rather envious at the time. Yeah, and then there was a craze of capturing Terratechs to get more of that thread, weren't they? But nobody managed to turn up one that could produce it. I froze during this conversation, still clutching my scarf. Hyrance raises his eyebrows at me. Julius, you really didn't know how valuable that thing is? You're always wearing it. I had no idea, I answered awkwardly. What's this then? Overhearing our exchange, Yana tilts her head exquisitively. This scarf this idiot's always wearing is made from the same thread they're talking about. Hyrance's words turn all eyes toward the scarf around my neck. Guess I'd better not tell them that Shun hatched the dragon egg Jessica mentioned and is currently raising the product as a pet. Ho-ho, is it now? I never actually seen the material before. I did hear that some of it was even sold to a royal family, but I never guessed that family was yours, Julius. So it's that valuable? I always wondered about it since you never take it off. Oh, no, I only wear it all the time because it's a memento of my mother. Really? Oh, I'm sorry. It's alright, it was a long time ago. Shortly after she gave birth to Shun, my mother's health declined and she passed away. She knitted the scarf for me not long before Shun was born. I knew it was made from Terratech thread, but I had no idea it was such a rare material. Don't worry about it, Yana. Julius just has an Oedipus complex. Come on, Hyrance, isn't that a bit much? I grinned in response to Hyrance's light teasing. Seeing this, Yana feels relieved at her anxiety about upsetting me and giggles. This is how it should be. A hero shouldn't be enveloped in a gloomy atmosphere. I'm grateful to Hyrance for having my back. It's so important to have a close friend who really understands you, although I do think he could have picked a better phrase than Oedipus complex. True, I may have more intense feelings about mothers than most people, but having lost mine when I was young. That's evident from the fact that I see traces of my mother every time I look at Shun, who had never even knew her. I still remember the first time I met Shun. It was the day before my mother died. I was surprised by his steadfast gaze, the intensity in his eyes so unsuited to a baby. His expression looked just like my mother's. Mother was a strong-willed person, too. She gave birth to Shun knowing full well that it could destroy her weak body. If anything happens to me, please raise your little brother, all right? As she spoke, the radiance in my mother's eyes was just like the one I saw in Shun's. Intelligent, gentle, yet somehow dangerous. Those eyes. When I think about it, that moment when I became strongly aware that I was an older brother was also when I accepted my position as hero. When I first took on the role, I was terrified. The realization that I would have to fight shook me to my core, but when I lost Mother and met Shun, I felt the powerful desire to protect him. I am his older brother, after all. Even if I can't replace our mother, I can at least protect him as a brother. That was the beginning of my story, the origin of Julius the hero. My thoughts are interrupted by telepathic communication from Hyrance. Julius, there's something strange about the way these demons are moving. What's strange about it? It's like they're dispersing all their troops to invade human territory all at once, but we don't know why they're breaking up their forces like that. You think there's something behind it? Yeah, it'd surely be better to concentrate on one front, so why divide their troops like that? It's best to assume they have a reason. Any idea what that might be? Not sure, it's beyond me right now, but we'd better not let our guards down. Got it, thanks. I have a terrible feeling about all this. As if we somehow walked into some enormous trap, like being caught in a spider web. It reminds me of the fight against the Nightmare's vestige. I feel the same vague anxiety now as I did then. But as a hero, I can't run away. Once again, I tightly grasp a scarf made of spider thread. Ah! Another one! The voice then announces rudation. Alright, class, today we'll be talking about worms and dragons. Professor Ariza starts class with his usual disinterested tone. Worms and dragons. Hearing that, I can't help but remember that incident. Hugo's attempt to assassinate me and the worms' attack on the school. Several years have passed since then. Although few were hurt in either assault, it was still a shock to the school. However, Hugo was never definitively punished. Before anyone could render justice, he disappeared from the school entirely. The running theory is that spatial magic was involved in his escape, but nobody knows for sure. At the same time, Miss Oka disappeared too. In retrospect, she wasn't present for the fight against the earthworm either. Miss Oka was strong enough to easily bring Hugo down. If she participated in the subsequent battle, I'm sure we would have defeated the monster more easily, so why wasn't she there? With her gone, we have no way of knowing. That isn't all that changed after the incident. For some reason, Faye started devoting herself to leveling up, even though she hadn't been interested in it at all before. She quickly achieved the evolution she'd once dreaded and now lives outside. Something about witnessing the death of the worm that may have been one of her parents must have changed her outlook. My own perspective changed a little after that encounter, too. Before the attacks, I constantly aspired to be like my brother Julius. But because of what happened, I learned a small fraction of the difficulty of his path. Even now, I can't shake the fear lurking in my mind. It may be due in part to the fact that I'm a reincarnation, but I'm afraid of killing and of being killed. But in order to live in this world, in order to be able to walk by my brother's side, I have to conquer that fear. Still, even if I have to overcome it, I don't think I should forget it. Since then, I've had opportunities to participate in exercises and battle monsters. These creatures are nowhere near as strong as the earthworm. They're so weak that they fall to a single swipe of my sword. Still, the weight of killing them is the same. I mustn't forget this weight. I mustn't get used to it. I had to master my fears and go into battle fully prepared to take a life. If I forget the weight of that act and get accustomed to taking lives, then I won't be me anymore, just a monster that happens to share my name, and it's possible that I'm just being naive. But even if I am a peace-loving fool, I don't want to feel any differently. I want to respect and understand the weight of a life. From there, I have to measure the balance between what I want to protect and the lives I must take to do so, and thus decide whether to fight. It's easy to put into words, but much harder to do in practice. For my brother must fight with such thoughts held close to his heart. He's far too kind to be oblivious to the value of life. I hope to rise to the same heights as my brother someday, but I'm not remotely prepared for that day yet. It's not something I can just achieve overnight. I have to cultivate it little by little. Until I find that resolve, I'll simply continue improving my strength. That philosophy has helped me progress since that incident. I've grown, and my physical stats have been enhanced accordingly. My current stats are fairly well-rounded. Thanks to my body's development, my physical stats have caught up with my magic stats. I'm happy to have rounded out like this, but it no longer elicits the same kind of pleasure as playing a game. The stronger I am, the more frightened I become of wielding that strength. Even so, I have to get stronger. With the demons becoming more active, there's no telling when a war might break out. If I'm not strong enough to act when that time comes, I wouldn't be able to bear it. I may not be able to fight by my older brother's side yet, but I don't want to hold him back. If possible, I want to at least get strong enough to protect Sue, Katya, and the others close to me. Sue's been acting a bit distant lately. She used to always call me brother and follow me around, but that doesn't happen very often anymore. Since she's becoming a young woman and all, it's not unusual that she'd want to distance herself from me, but it's still a little sad. Still, she hasn't pulled away completely, and I can tell she still looks up to me, so I can't complain too much just yet. My relationship with Katya has become a little strange as well. Ever since the incident, I've gotten the sense that she's trying to put some distance between us bit by bit. She denied it when I asked her about it, but she avoided eye contact and backed away while she did, so I'm not convinced at all. When I grabbed her arm to press the question, I was surprised by how thin it was. It was too thin. So thin I thought it might break. On top of that, she gave an unexpectedly cute squeak of pain, so I let go instinctively. Watching her face turn red as she rubbed her arm when I grabbed it, I couldn't hide my distress. Sorry. I don't know why I was so flustered, so I apologized, but in that moment, even though I knew Katya as well as I knew myself, she looked like a total stranger to me. Things have only gotten more awkward with Katya since then. Yuri is just about the only one who hasn't changed. She's still as zealous about and converting people to the Word of God as ever. If anything, she may be getting more and more intense. Whenever I see her harassing a student, I pull her away to let her prey escape, only to have her target me instead. It's become a routine for us. If Sue and Katya are around, they'll jump into media, and we'll all get caught up in our familiar friendly squabbling. So even if there has been a few small changes, my life remains quite peaceful. Uh-oh. Condition satisfied. Acquired title, Hero. No! No, Julius! Why did they have to kill him? Why? Acquired skills, Hero level 1. Holy Light Magic level 1 as a result of title Hero. Until a voice shatters the peace. Huh? Since we're still in the middle of class, my confused mutter echoes through the classroom more loudly than I expected. What is it, Schlane? Is there some part of the lecture you don't understand? Professor Oriza eyes me politely, but his voice doesn't register through the chaos erupting in my mind. Schlane? Schlane, what's wrong? I'm sure the blood must have been draining from my face, but how could I not be shocked? The hero title is only held by one human in the world at any time. And I know very well who that hero is supposed to be. Once you acquire a title, you can never relinquish it for as long as you live. The title of hero is no exception, as long as you live. So that can only mean one thing. There's no other explanation. I can't believe it. I don't want to believe it. But that title has undeniably been added to my status. No, it can't be. This can't be happening. No. That can never happen to my brother. But that title abundantly reveals the reality. On this day, a hero has died, and a new hero is born. Oh my god, how much more do I have left? 4 pages! Spider Demon Lord. The Demon Lord holds a white piece of fabric in her hand, examining it with great interest. A white scarf that, until a short time ago, was worn by a hero. White. Take a look at this. Apparently it's made of spider thread. The 10th Army Commander of the Demon Army, known only as White, turns her face toward the scarf in the Demon Lord's hand. However, her eyes remain closed. I heard it traded at a high price among humans, but can you believe the hero was wearing it? The Demon Lord murmurs sardonically, unreal. She fiddles with the white fabric absently, then suddenly becomes still. Her expression contains the innocent glee of someone who's just had a great idea. At least that's how she sees it. To anyone else, it looks like a wicked smile. Wasn't the hero's younger brother a reincarnation? Let's give this back to him, then. As she speaks, she imbues magic into the scarf in her hand. Yep, a little present for the hero's little brother, full of the Demon Lord's divine protection. Pretty slick, don't you think? White remains silent, offering no consensus. I'd love to see the look on Yamada's face when he gets this. She is the Demon Lord. She knows who he is. She knows that Shun is Yamada. How? Even if she knows that he's a reincarnation somehow, there's no way she should know this. But then again, this is in the present time. She could have seen him at some point during when she finally gets out of the fucking labyrinth, and now. But even then, she shouldn't know what his actual name was. I don't think it shows that. It doesn't show that in your status, it just shows what you're known as in this world. Picturing it, a malicious grin spreads over the Spider Demon Lord's face. Final act. God loves spiders. Looks like she's taking a liking to wisdom. It's so nice seeing a present well received. One can't help but be pleased by such a dramatic reaction. We'll definitely have to save the image of her setting herself on fire and flying into a panic. Oh, you jerks! Surely our special little spider will put wisdom to good use. Even with your mind divided, you can stay surprisingly calm. Since you have 2 ruler skills, pride and perseverance, I'm sure you can manage one more. How many is she going to end up getting at this point? Someday, I hope you learn of my existence. I have high hopes for you. I'm sure you can entertain me for a long time, for I am an administrator and an evil god. Now then, what will you show me next? How will you interact with this world? How will you change it? I'm very much looking forward to finding out. And the afterword. Okay, yeah. Oh dear, I'm really getting worried. I still think the Demon Lord is supposed to be... The Demon Lord that they're currently dealing with is actually our spider friend, is what I'm thinking. But White, I'm kind of getting the impression that White is also our spider friend. Because, I mean, if you've seen the anime, you've seen what she looks like later, and it kind of makes you think that's the case. But I don't know. I don't know anymore. Anyway, I'll get to work on everything, and I'll see you guys in Volume 3! If you have gotten this far, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see y'all in Volume 3.